All right, so last deck of the night, Blue-Black Operative. I think this is my favorite interactive deck in the format, and it's the most powerful one that I've played, sans some green-black iterations. This deck's looking to kill the opponent with Blood Operative that keeps coming back again and again and again. We've got some Doom Whisperers at the top end to slam into people, as well as recur our things. We got some card advantage in Disinformation Campaign, and then we've got quality interaction kind of all around here in lots of different forms. One thing I want to test tonight in the sideboard is I felt like I really wanted another threat to help close the game out in this archetype, and I don't really want to splash for Teferi, but I wanted a Planeswalker of some sort, and Tezzeret is basically the only thing in these colors that kind of fits the win condition card advantage slot, so I'm going to give a pair of him a try here. Fatso, thanks for the 17-month resub. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. So let's dive in with this one. I've been thinking about getting back into Modern. What's the best deck to start out with? Played Jund before and I don't really want to spend $1,000. Well, if you have your Jund stuff, you should check out the Green Black Rock deck on my website. Past that, my website, there's a Modern deck list option in the menu at the top. There's a ton of great things in there. You can sort by how competitive I think the decks are and then go from there. There's options that allow you to filter based on archetype and all sorts of other great stuff. Does Karn make sense in this deck at all? I don't think so, because Karn isn't really a win condition. I like that Tezzeret can be a win condition for the deck. I should update the stream decker, speaking of. Yeah, you can find the Grixis deck list both on my website and my YouTube channel and my stream decker page. All my stuff is available in lots of places for you. Nope. It's also pretty funny that you would put the words reliable and collected company in the same sentence. Those two things do not go together. There are definitely decks that just run this over. I think I keep this though. I was playing Immortal Sun. That's actually a really good suggestion. Someone else had suggested that to me, and it had slipped my mind. But Immortal Sun, yeah, that might just be better than Teferi, actually. Or than, might just be better than, what's his name? The, Tezzeret. Because it's like, it's a Howling Mine effect that, like, turns off their Planeswalkers. Seems pretty good. My plan of drawing spells with this hand has not come to fruition. Smidge unfortunate. A good one. This is my 3/1 with lifelink. You can kill it, but it comes back. Unless, of course, they contempt it. But if they want to just, like, Chupacabra this on curve, it's, like, really not a big deal. Would much rather this die to a Chupacabra than my Doom Whisperer, for instance. Deal.
Your life's about to end.
I assume this is going to kill my operative. That makes sense, right? Because, like, it doesn't cost them a card to do so. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to contempt this or not. They're still, like, going to play a Vivian Reed here and make me regret my choices. This is a matchup, for instance, where the Immortal Sun is very, very good. The green black decks play a lot of Planeswalkers, and Tezzeret probably isn't fantastic here. Pain is weakness leaving the body. All right, let's Thought Erasure, pick our operative back up here. Check for things like that. I guess I have to take Findbroker here, huh? No, I'm gonna take the Vraska. Oh, I can take the Vraska because I'm gonna get to exile the Vraska with my Blood Operative, because Blood Operative is more than good. It's great. Yeah. Yeah, relevant text boxes. The incidental graveyard hit on this card is so good. This is just like, one of my rules when I'm evaluating cards is just like, there's no way a card can have this much text at 3 mana and not be good, right? It's just like, it does so much for so little mana. There's no way it can't be fantastic. So the Vraska killing my killing my dork there makes the Doom Whisper a little bit awkward against Plague Crafter here. Oh, that's a big dino. What a lazy assessment. Need like a Ritual of Soot here. Clean the board up a little bit. I guess Carnage Tyrant just comes down, and then I'm just like just stone cold dead. I can't even play this out as a blocker because they have Plague Crafter in their hand. I want my last copy of, definitely want my Disdainful Strokes, you know, so we can counter Carnage Tyrant. Definitely want my last copy of Eldest Reborn. Chups is pretty reasonable here. Fungal Infection is not particularly good. Thanks, Strike It Up. So what do I want to do here? Got 3 cards to cut. I don't know that I want to trim Moment of Craving. Extra little health buffer is sometimes good. Ritual of Soot's nice at cleaning out all of their little poopers while also having Eldest Reborn. I mean, we have a bunch of Moment of Craving, so like, that you're looking at this deck and you're saying that there's 1 Fungal Infection. There's actually 2 Fungal Infections and 4 Moment of Cravings. So like you're able to like have a split of these removal spells, and the main deck's just like hedging in a couple different directions. I'm actually not gonna get to playing Blue Black Pirates tonight, so it ended up running a little bit too late. It's about 1 a.m. Cornfield time, so I think I'm probably gonna be done after another hour or so here. Nah, I want Chups. I'm gonna trim a Ritual. Ritual's like okay in this matchup, but I probably never want to draw 2 of them. Is Duress good or bad against standard mono red? I personally am not a fan of standard Duress against standard mono red. Their deck gets empty-handed pretty quickly, and then you're just like left staring at this Duress while your opponent's drawing burn spells off the top of their deck. Honestly, maybe this deck's, if these green-black decks are moving to just, like, playing a bunch of Carnage Tyrants in the main deck, which they probably should be, honestly, this blue-black deck might not be very good. I felt like I was able to keep up with the green-black decks the last couple times we played this, but they definitely weren't on Carnage Tyrants game 1 at that point. Well, thanks for dropping in, just passing by. We could play Poisoner. Actually, you know what? You know what card we could play too? This deck is blue-black. There's the 3/3 hexproof Flying Dork might be worth a couple of slots. I saw the list that top 4'd the Classic in Dallas had 2 of those in at 75. And maybe that's just good technology. Yeah, Night Veil Predator. I could see that just like being a reasonable inclusion. I think I want to just keep my health total high here and cast this down. So Plague Crafter is not a particularly good answer to Carnage Tyrant out of green-black, because the green-black decks are full of tiny creatures that are just like ready to line up and take one for the team. So much for the same reason Eldest Reborn, which we have 3 copies of, it's not a fantastic reason to Plaguecrafter or Carnage Tyrant. You know, just like look at all these little things that they've had in play already this game. I think I want this Doom Whisperer. So one of the things that's good to note about the interactions of this deck is when you surveil Blood Operative into your discard pile, you get to pay 3 and get him back with that same surveil. Very, very good. Oh, did it only have one? I thought it had another one on the board. Maybe whoever I was watching it added a second. Let me scream counterspell from the rooftop for you. Say it a little louder for the people in the back. That was the blue-black surveil deck. You can find that on my YouTube channel. Also on my website on the standard video section. That was a little bit more in. It was a little bit more aggressive than this deck. Blood Operative gains us 3 health when it trades, which is nice. That means when we rebuy it later, it's basically paid for itself. Ugh, another Jade Light is so punishing for us here. Just like making a mockery of this Disdainful Stroke, basically. At least they didn't have a 2-drop there. It's good for us. They have a way to kill this. I'm probably gonna be dead. My favorite deck in the current standard format is Blue-Black Pirates. I'm a sucker for a good tempo deck, and that's a sweet tempo deck. Maybe I'm supposed to pay 5 and pick my thing back up there. My Blood Operative. I don't know. If I pay 5, I go to 9, and then I take 5 and go to 4. They just like have a 4 or 5 drop here, which could be up a creek without a paddle. It's like a Vivian Reed. Just pass. Just pass. 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 I believe in you. Now stop it. Don't do it. Have a heart. God bless. Yeah, big boy Chupa. To kill this Jade Light. Block the district guide. Good clean living. I guess if I would have picked the Blood Operative back up there, I could have exiled the Jade Light, but they already have another one in there, so it doesn't really matter. This is probably going to be a Find Broker plus Jade Light turn from the opponent. Plaguecrafter, sure. It's aggressive. Yeah, and we played a bunch of Pirate decks on previous streams. In fact, here is the Pirate stack on my website, along with a bunch of videos of it. You go exile that one. Yep. Probably gonna end up just contempting a district guide here. This feels really bad. Yeah, Soot would be a good pickup. Okay. Also a good pickup. I'm gonna contempt a district guide here. We're not proud of it, but this is where we're at in our life. have too many access to too many decks and can't just sit down and get better at them. That is a hard knock life. Do I put myself dead to a removal spell? I don't think I'm supposed to. I think I'm supposed to decline here and play this back out. Get their last card. Oh, yeah. Smoke if you got him, chat. That's, it's definitely a... This card is good. This card is more than good. It's great. That is a 2/1 divination, yep. I think I'm contempting this just so like I can go to 5 and like surveil off of my Doom Whisperer next turn. That's very good. Yup. Nope. Now I can stay right there. Been your least favorite swap. Maybe I'm just supposed to play second operative there. Nah, let's just get rid of. Let's just get some health gain going here. All right, we're not gonna activate Doom Whisperer, chat. I know it feels good, but let's not activate Doom Whisperer. That was quite the slog, and we were lucky. Our boy Carney T never showed up to teach us why you shouldn't slog. Yeah, honestly, I think, I don't know. Choop's been pretty good, but maybe these should just be the Hexproof dude to combat Carnage Siren a little bit. Is Golden Demise worth it? I don't think so. So, like, I don't even have all 4 copies of Ritual of Soot in my deck. All 3 copies. Maybe I should have all 3 copies of Soot, especially on the draw. It's possible I'm undervaluing my sweepers here. Doom Whisperer comes at an okay rate. It's not bad. I don't think I can keep both of those because I kind of need to hit my 5th land on time, but taking the cast down here seems good because like my opponent on turn 3 is going to be able to play like a Jade Light Ranger or something that I need to kill most likely. And then like my turn 4 can hopefully be like Disdainful Stroke something plus cast down their turn 3 play. It's not a Jade Light. Do you have a District Guide? They have nothing. Nothing is very good for me. Give me a 4-drop. Desecration Demon was the demon that we played during that standard format. It's also worth noting that if this was the Hexproof dork, we'd be able to just like play it out proactively here, which would be very good for us, right? I'm just gonna like slam Carnage Tyrant next turn, and I'm just gonna look at all my cards and just like weep silently. Alright, hopefully we hit an untapped land here and get to go Doom Whisperer, hold up a counterspell. God bless. That animation is so good. That animation is so fitting for the month of Halloween, month of October. Come on, play a Planeswalker. Play a big gal. They have a removal spell here, it looks like, based on the pause. So what's more important? Do I want to draw a good card next turn, or do I want to get a land? I think I'm going to go ahead and get the land here since I have another Doom Whisperer in hand. Because I could Surveil, but if I Surveil and then I shuffle, I don't get, like, the card that I Surveilled into. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, the future is now. How about the third Disdainful Stroke? We have another 2-mana removal spell? It's rude. Alright, this one I'm not gonna draw. I'm not gonna search for a land. We're gonna find a good card to put on top of my deck here. Yeah, I really like this new Disdainful Stroke art. Big fan. Let's call that good enough. Alright, let's draw Thought Erasure so I can completely empty your hand. Second Disinformation Campaign will also do it a pinch. Wow, their hand is stacked. This has to be Carnage Tyrant, right? Just like not close, just big, giant, fat, smelly dino. Yeah, alright, come on. Eldest Reborn. Remember that time I took this cast out on 2 instead of Eldest Reborn? Does anybody else remember that time I took cast down on 2 instead of Eldest Reborn? Oh, I'm a mana short, aren't I? I'm a mana short. Next turn though. Next turn I can do this. So this picks these up. And then we're gonna get to Dispersal this Carnage Tyrant. No, I'm not short. I have plenty. I have 9 mana, 8 mana. So I'm holding this one. So this way if they hold their land. Sure. I'm gonna hold that for now. I'll use my health tool as a bit of a resource here. Ooh, that's good too. That's also really good. Huh. Welcome to Thunderdome. Welcome to Thunderdome. And they have to get something back here that they can play because the Eldest Reborn is going to make them discard this turn. This deck grinds. God, does this deck grind. Enjoy your Overgrowth too. Ooh. Ooh. Let's make sure that Carnage Tyrant stays gone. That one right there. Let's get rid of him. Nah, I think I'm going to take their Vivian Reed, actually. I'm going to hold on to this in case the Dispersal is useful here. I appreciate someone who gets when it's over. I appreciate someone who gets when it's over. God bless. Gosh. Man, this deck grinds. I think I don't know that I want it in the main deck. I think I want a Dire Fleet or I want a couple of Death Touch things. I'm gonna put 2 in here, actually. I'm gonna put I think I'm just gonna like Coward Splitter. I'm gonna put 1 Dire Fleet Poisoner. I'm gonna cut this Price of Fame, and I'm gonna put what's the Hexproof dude? This storm. Put 1 Night Veil Predator in here. Tezzeret in the sideboard because I wanted a card that could grind. That was a Planeswalker. 4 History of Benalia. I don't know. Do they have lands? Alright. Update the Stream Decker. Nah, I'm just gonna play Tez. Yeah, there's a deck list on your screen via the Stream Decker widget. You could click the deck list link below the stream. You could type !deck in chat. Lots of good ways to find the deck list. Don't mind if it does. Are there any good sacrifice decks? Not that I've seen so far this season. No aristocrat style things that play to the mechanic of sacrificing themselves. Let's try and find a third land here, shall we? Alright, 2 more chances. Heyo. Who's ready to play this Disinformation Campaign and get Feroxed? Hopefully they're just playing green-black again. Sweet. Not getting Feroxed. Thought Erasure is delicious. I love how consistent this deck is at hitting its early resource drops, even though it's only playing 25 lands. Between Thought Erasure and Discovery and just Disinformation Campaign drawing us more cards, we hit all of our early land drops very consistently in this deck. Yep. Not too surprised to see Jadelight Ranger come down here. They discarded one with the other one there. This one drew 2 cards. Rough. That's another Disinformation Campaign. I think I want a Thought Erasure here. Well, okay, so it's tough, right? So If I Disinformation Campaign, it's more resource efficient. It gives my opponent a window to play a 4-mana Planeswalker, but I'm really not too scared of their 4-mana Planeswalkers, am I? Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and play the Disinformation Campaign. My curve's better this way too, because if I hit an untapped land in my next 2 draws like that, now next turn I can go Thought Erasure plus replay a Disinformation Campaign if I wanted. Seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, the mana efficiency is good. It also gives me a good chance to hit my land. Well, I guess the Thought Erasure also gives me a good chance to hit my land. Yeah, I wanted to fit another Death Touch creature in the board because Carnage Tyrant is like really annoying. I'm not sure that the Tezzeret is good. I just jammed 2 in there to start because I wanted to try and draw them, but mostly playing against green-black so far tonight. Alright, so they're going to get up to 6 drops next turn, so definitely want to play the Erasure at this point. Sweet. Get the old double check here. Double Chupacabra. Alright, well our creatures are going to hang out for a hot second. I think I'm not in the market for that. We're going to pick both of these back up. I've been to Ritual of Soot earlier, which feels a little bit bad at this point. I do have... My next turn might just be Chupacabra of my own plus Moment of Craving. So we're taking 7 on this hit, which is going to knock us to 9. Chups kills this. Cravings kills this. We end up at 11. They Chup my Chup, probably. That is a little annoying, but they can't... Oh, they can cast Jade Light Ranger this turn. Now my next turn's probably going to be Thought Erasure plus Chupacabra. It's a lot of 4/3s. I guess this lets me Moment plus Craving next turn, which is good. Or Contempt plus Craving, sorry. I've not had anyone put the Blue-Red Phoenix deck in the queue yet. So they're going to Chup the Chup, and then they're going to hit me for 7 down to 3. Craving plus Contempt put me back up to 7, and they kill these 2, and then it leaves them with this. So then I'm going back down to 4 the following turn. Yeah, this is, again, this isn't published in the navigation of the site yet because it's new. It'll be, I'm going to format it after I sign off tonight and do a little bit of proofreading to make sure that the person that edited it for me did a reasonable job. Yep. If you find any typos while you're reading, feel free to whisper them to me so I can correct them after the stream. I think it's right to just double Doomblade here, right? Just like have to. I don't have any, otherwise I'm just dead. And then when I do kill their things, I want to make sure I kill the Chupacabra as opposed to the Jade Light Ranger here. And the reason for that is Ritual of Soot will kill this Jade Light, but it will not kill this Chupacabra. So by leaving the Jade Light in play, I let myself have better draws next turn with Ritual of Soot. Alright, and I'm not dead yet. Why would I slam Reborn there? It really doesn't get me caught up on board. Like, they have it kills their 1/1. Like, what's the big deal about that? Gosh, the hit points from these Moment of Cravings have just been A+. Just very, very good. Is this Vraska? Gross.
My mission is crew, attack at will.
So I have 8 mana. Guess if I would have reborn last turn, maybe be in a better spot. Although I'd have different cards in my hand, right? This turn's probably just reborn plus craving. Yeah. I don't have anything good in here, right? I do have a Chupacabra in there. Huh. Yeah, I think that's actually the line, right? I actually go... Do I go Craving, Cast Down, pick my Chupacabra back up? I think that's actually the line. What a bad Planeswalker ultimate. This Planeswalker ultimate, target player loses 2 life. Why would anybody play this card? That's so terrible. This lets me surveil, lets me check for a removal spell, lets me pick up my Disinformation Campaign, so a lot of reasons to cast the Thought Erasure here. I think that's actually good for me. I'm kind of choked on resources here, so I'm pretty happy to get another land. If they could just, like, draw land for a turn or 2 here, we can maybe stabilize this.
Show no mercy.
Come on, Ritual of Soot. I got two Ritual of Soots in. 33 cards here. If we draw a Ritual of Soot, we're in this game. Get 2 shots at 2 Soots. That's all she wrote, right? I believe so. That's really close. Yeah, we almost ground through this. Yeah, I just needed, I guess even Contempt did it there too, right? We had 2 Ritual of Soots and like two Contempts in our deck. We had like 2 draws with them. Really close. Just a little awkward with how our things lined up into their things. Reborn didn't do anything. Reborn left us kind of dead on board. Fungal's pretty bad. Because Vraska just kills it with her -3. So it just doesn't accomplish anything. Yeah, I had no outs. Have a good night, J-Robe. It's getting late here myself. Probably play this one and maybe one more. Yeah, maybe. Like knowing that I was just gonna like brick off for like 6 cards in a row, then you're right. If we know we're gonna brick and die, like playing the Eldest Reborn is correct. I don't know, I feel like in a world where I draw like any spells, it's better to just like stabilize my health a little more. No, we've played against black-green twice, and Tezzeret's not in the sideboard for black-green. Deck of the Day is probably the Grixis Phoenix deck. The build we played today felt really good. Felt like we potentially fixed some of the problems that we had with it. And by we, I mean Marty, because Marty did the work and submitted it again. Haha, nice, Fada. Yeah, the Phoenix deck, just the play patterns are very unique and a good time. Rude. Any of the blue base control decks, so basically it's like a Planeswalker for Planeswalker Mirrors, a card that lets us like draw more cards. That is incredibly unfortunate. Now we can stay right there. I'm gonna leave them Vivian in their hand, because this Ritual of Soot's gonna clean the board out for me, and then if they play Vivian, I can just like kill her with Eldest Reborn, hopefully. Thrashing Brontodon's legal in this format too. That card's been really good. I've seen it played. I'm just gonna kill this thing. I need it out of play if I'm gonna Eldest Reborn a Planeswalker anyways.
Wild animals I like. Come to me.
Untapped land, please. Untapped land, please. Why do they taunt me, chat? Why do I sit here and get taunted? Two pair. Dealer's choice. Yep. Oh, yeah. Good job playing that land out. Good job playing that land out, friendo. This gets Vivian out of their bin. We're going to 9. They have 7 power in play. Why does Eternal Witness have... Why is Eternal Witness a 3/4, chat? Who thought making Eternal Witness a 3/4 was a good idea? That's a big Vraska. Any Surveil card would have been great there. Yeah, 5 drops. Yeah, I think this game slipped away from us the turn we missed the 5th mana to Eldest Reborn the Vivian.
All hands on deck.
I don't know if that's strictly true. I guess I think we had a chance to recover if we would have drawn like a Discovery or a Thought Erasure last turn, but yeah, actually just did. These Eldest Reborns do not feel fantastic. Maybe they are not where I want to be in this matchup. The Doom Whispers also feel kind of awkward. I guess they're good if I can grind their hand out of answers. Like take the planeswalkers off the table, but they have a lot of cards that just like pretty firmly counter the Doom Whisperer, which makes it tough to close. Sand needs a black source, but we've got 2 draw steps, a dispersal. We got a lot of looks to find a black source. We've got Disinformation Campaign, which is good against grindy decks. We've got Ritual of Soot, which is good against aggressive decks. What would I replace them with? I don't know. Perfect. Alright, this is the tiebreaker, chat. We're 1-1 against green black so far. This will be the third run. Maybe I'm supposed to bin this Thought Erasure to try and like hit my extra black source for Ritual of Soot more aggressively. But like, Disinformation Campaign is gonna give me a look at a card. Discovery is gonna give me a couple looks at a card, so. Yeah, that's Pheromore's Pie. Maybe I don't want 4 because they're getting clumped up in my hand. That could be good. So I was kind of struggling. I kind of struggled to like figure out exactly what I want to trim. So like just cutting a couple of Doom Whispers doesn't seem unreasonable. Yeah, black green with Wild Growth Walker is very good against the mono red deck. All right, they've got 5 power in play. Let's take a look at what's going on up here before we do anything. Vivian Reed, Chupacabra. I will take your planeswalker, sir or madam. I'm gonna bin that. Think I'm gonna bin that. Yeah, the Deckmaster extension is quite good. Quite excellent. I'm gonna trim Doom Whispers and bring my Tezzeret in for the next game. Maybe he just feels great and I want 2 of him in my sideboard. Sorry, I'm a hungry boy. Gobble gobble. This is a different room. I'm streaming from my upstairs computer currently. So, when I started streaming as a full-time job, I built a new PC so that way I could have 2 computers capable of streaming in my house at the same time. Seemed responsible to have a backup plan in case my my main rig ever decided to die. Hope you're not attached to those cards in your hand, opponent. Fungal Infection is actually not bad here. It's gonna kill the Branchwalker. This is the good honest magic I know and love as a player. Just like I've got 5 cards, they've got 1. Oh no, they drew 2 cards. That's so sad. That's so sad. I'm gonna leave that there. I think I want a little bit more land at this point, and I'd like to Disinformation Campaign plus play Fungal Infection this turn. So this will come into play, take their land, draw us a land. And I can play this in Fungal Infection, the Merfolk Branchwalker. And then I'll probably chump the District Guide. Nah, I'm just going to take 2 off the guide, I think. I'm going to leave the token around as an Edict fodder. Play my 3 mana draw card. Rawr. We done here, opponent? Yeah, good. Glad we figured that out. I'm showing 2 cast downs, a Ritual of Soot. At least made a nice clean 60. Do I want this last Eldest Reborn? Probably not. Upper right hand corner here, right behind where my portrait is, there's a change deck layout button if you mouse up there. That should get into this view that I'm in right now. This seems good. Honestly, if my plan's to trim Doom Whisperer in this matchup, it might be right to just play 2 of the 3/3 hexproof unit. Just because that's one that they have a hard time interacting with. I mean, the view you're referring to, Cryptic Remand, is basically the view that I was just in, which it has. Where are my Blood Operatives? I would like a 3/1, please. I think I'm actually in for another Thought Erasure here. Thought Erasure on 2, Thought Erasure on 3 should poke a hole in what they have going on. Shock Overgrown Tomb on 1. Oops, okay, I was like, what? Boop. Nah, Stroke can stay there. My health total is very valuable in this matchup. We're not giving up points to be cheeky. Good night, Vraska. Good night, Thought Erasure. Nah, I think Carnage Tyrant's fine. I think Carnage Tyrant's a really important safety valve for the format. I think this format would have just a lot of control in it if it wasn't for Carnage Tyrant kind of keeping things in check. So, something that I think too many players have kind of been trained to... That's vomit-inducing. Something I think too many players have kind of been trained to think is that, like, not every archetype needs a foil. You don't, like, not every deck, like, good formats are gonna have decks that just, like, have a lot of play and counterplay with them. So it's okay for, you know, a deck to exist that just, like, has a bunch of 50% matchups and has a bunch of, you know, interactive things where you have a lot of back and forth. Don't play another bomb. Stop it. Stop it.
Fight them, you maggots!
Nah, I'm really glad I took the Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, it does feel bad. I think that's the line, though. Just, like, need things to pressure. Yeah, they just, like, when they hit that land, like, they had, like, 2 unknown cards, or they had 1 unknown card, and they draw a step, and their draw was just, like, land plus Vraska. Of course, there's always a deck that's a best deck. I knew they had a Fine Broker in their hand. I knew they had a Fine Broker. I should have left up the Disdainful Stroke. That should pay better attention. Yeah, we're pretty dead. It's fine. It's game 3. Game 3. Third time we played the match. Let's get to 2-1 instead of 1-1 or 1-2. I could have killed an elf. Yeah, I could have killed an elf, but like they had to have exactly like land into 6-drop. I think I'd rather just like kill the better creature. Yeah, green black and blue white X control are definitely the 2 most popular archetypes I've run into here. Dream Whisper's the 6 mana dork, right? I don't think that card's particularly good. I think it's really kind of clunky at what it does. I'm gonna keep this, just be aggressive on the play. Hey, CT Bill, thanks for that brand new Prime support. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. Dream Eater. Oh, that's the one. Is Dream Whisperer an actual card? Or is that something someone just made up? Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna put this into play so I can just start racing. Really? No blocks? Huh. Had a beautiful nightmare child, what would it look like? I mean, maybe they just really didn't want to trade with my Blood Operative, and then it makes sense not to attack and not to block. Yeah, they have a Chupacabra, so like not wanting to trade when you have a Chupacabra doesn't seem unreasonable. I get to stick Blood Operative plus hold Disdainful Stroke up this turn, which is nice. I feel like they've looked into my soul, chat. They know all of my deepest, darkest secrets wherever they may be hiding. Thought Erasure would be a good pickup here. Ding. Y'all ready to like take away both their cards and like slide off the face of the planet when they draw out of it? Moment of Craving is actually great. I'm gonna decline picking these up for now. Next turn I get to Moment this plus Blood Operative the other one. Plus Blood Operative block the other one, so that's nice. Jade Light's pretty good. Goodbye Elf. And they drew a land deal. Alright, so I'm going to 6 here. I'm going to 8. I do have copies of Ritual of Soot in my deck currently. I have 2 copies. I'm gonna take 1 here down to 7. Brick. God bless. It's a dog-eat-dog world, chat. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Ain't nobody safe out there. Alright. I feel like... we're kind of bridging here. I feel like we've acquired the tools we need to be successful at this point. Yep. Goodbye. Just need lands. Maybe I'm supposed... Triggers. I don't know why that was so funny. It's probably because it's almost 2 a.m., but I found that incredibly funny. Block. I would like to block. I'm gonna Moment of Craving their thing here. Just like start attacking them. Next turn I can put Blood Operative down. I'm gonna take their only card out of their hand. Who am I kidding? Gives me a chance to a land drop there too, which is nice. I'm not playing a 3 mana card out here. I might as well just keep holding this Stroke up. Like all their best plays, Sans Carnage Tyrant, just like get answered by this Disdainful Stroke. Campaign is really great. If this even gets in 1 or 2 hits, the game should be over very quickly. Alright, they have a couple of rabid dogs in there. Let's take care of one of them. Every time you play Disinformation Campaign, I go vote on Reddit, fake news on Reddit, and get the full immersion. Stop it. Goodbye, friend. Huh. Alright. Well, I think the conclusion that I need to cut some amount of Doom Whispers against green-black is probably realistic after playing those games and seeing how they play out. Like, I definitely was losing games where I had too many Doom Whispers in my hand, and I think the fact that if I'm doing that, I probably want some alternative win conditions out of the sideboard. I think I want to try two Night Veil Predators. Boarding in 2 Predators and a Tezzeret is probably enough. Could see that being okay. This third Eldest Reborn in the sideboard might also just be overkill, but this card's really good when it's good too. I think this card's quite good against blue-black. No Thief of any of this. So that's actually, this is a really good point. So I think Thief of Sanity is really bad in this archetype, and the reason why I think it's very bad in this archetype is the idea of boarding Thief of Sanity in the other blue-black decks in the format is that people are often cutting the removal spells against you, or they have to leave some in if they know it's coming and it'll be awkward for them. Because this deck is playing 4 copies of Blood Operative in the main deck, people are going to leave in a lot of their little spot removal against you anyways because they need ways to take this card off the table. So because they're leaving in removal against you anyways, the stock that your Thief of Sanity would otherwise have when they don't have removal in their deck post board goes down a lot because of our main deck configuration. So yeah, see, I think my change here would just like play these Night Veil Predators, and not only as an answer to Carnage Giant, but also as just like a difficult to kill threat for green black, so you can close the game out with it. It's also a threat that like our Ritual of Soot don't kill, which is really nice. Honestly, I want to give Tez a chance. I think the fact that the Immortal Sun gets tagged by Assassin's Trophy is a big deal, and Tezzeret gets to at least draw a card before he dies to Assassin's Trophy. That's going to be it for me for tonight, folks. I've been going for almost 6 hours here. I think I might fire up tomorrow afternoon for a short stint so I can try out the Deckmaster on my downstairs computer with the new Linux build that someone put together for me. There's a reason Fungal Infection is not deadweight. Instant Speed is good, but so the thing, I think this card is much better. I think Fungal Infection is much better than deadweight in every deck that's not playing Golgari Finebroker, and the reason for that is this card kills 2 toughness things inside of combat. So you Fungal Infection their X2, make a 1/1, and then block their thing that now has 1 toughness left. And this card has the ability to kill 2 different things. Like if they're attacking with like their 2/1 and their 1/1, you like kill their 2/1, block their 1/1, and get a 2-for-1 out of it. So I think Fungal Infection is much better if you're not playing in a deck with Finebroker where you can pick permanents back up. All right, that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna find. I have someone lined up to host actually. I'm gonna see if they're still online.